Hey everybody, welcome to Tech Tip Tuesday with Northside Lexus, and I'm Melissa O'Connell, a Lexus Technology Specialist. Today we are going to be pairing phones with Bluetooth on a few different vehicles. Actually, we're pairing an iPhone today, and we're going to start out in a 2018 NX with navigation. Hi, thanks for tuning in. So that's what we're going to do. But if you're here and you have questions about Bluetooth and your phone and your Lexus, please let us know. And if we can't reply during the live session, then we will reply in the comments. And I think I'm going to have Eric Allen, my special co-host, join me. He's coming. All right. I'm going to let him in. Unlock. Okay. Let's see if Eric joins us. Eric!
Why am I always running so late?
Hi.
So busy. So
Eric?
busy.
Say hi.
How are we
everyone.
doing? We're doing good?
We're doing great. We're going to pair phones.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I was just telling everybody to let us know where they're watching from.
Good.
And why don't you run our phone and I'll run the camera. So the first thing that I want you to know is we are using an iPhone. We are also on an NX with navigation. So we're going to start out on the car. So the first thing that we need to do is locate your menu button. Now if you're in a GX, you're going to have a setup button by your screen, so just keep in mind your vehicle might be a little bit different, but we want to get ultimately to setup. So let's go ahead and click on setup. Thank you, lovely assistant.
Not a problem.
We want to go to Bluetooth. Tempting to go to phone, but we are not going to. We're going to go to Bluetooth. Now, if you have had a phone connected before, so let's say you've gotten a new phone, you can go to remove device, select the phone that you would like to remove, tell it yes, and then also if you have a phone that you're having trouble with, a good idea is to take the car out of the phone and the phone out of the car.
Right.
So that's something to keep in mind. But now our device is gone, we want to add new. Excellent, and it's going to be waiting. So now on the phone, let's go to settings.
Yeah, I'm just on the main dashboard here, and I'm going to find through settings the Bluetooth option.
Excellent, we want to make sure it's turned on. And now click Lexus NX. Depending on the year of your vehicle, it may behave a little differently. Click pair and click allow, because we do want contacts to transfer over. And then you'll notice on the screen it is processing. One of the things that does not get connected automatically with an iPhone is the permission for texting.
Right.
So we'll show you how to turn that on as well. So now it is showing that it is connected on the phone. And on the car, it's asking us for permission for the app suite to go ahead and connect. And we'll just tell it later for now. We can do that another time. Would we like to allow messages? And we're going to say yes. But look, it only says skip. That's because it's permission that has to happen on the phone. So go ahead and push the little I information menu. Click on show notifications. Excellent. Once we have show notifications turned on, we're generally good to go. However, there are a few other settings that have cropped up lately that we do have to address. So click on Bluetooth on the top left corner. Then we want to click on settings because we need to go back to our main settings screen. Now we want to click on do not disturb. We want to scroll to do not disturb while driving, and we want to confirm that it says manually, activate manually. That's because we don't want the system to override and automatically tell people, you know, we can't communicate with you right now.
I can't answer right now, I'm driving.
Right, because we do have a Bluetooth system for answering the phone. We have a Bluetooth system connected for our mobile assistant, so we can text, which we've done before. So that's a big one that we want to make sure that we have turned on. And voila, we are connected. Excellent. So now we're going to go into an RX with navigation, and we're going to check out just how it's a little bit different.
Okay.
So go ahead and back out of settings for us, and then our phone will be ready already. So are you ready already?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, everybody, we're traveling to our beautiful new vehicles, and Eric's gonna help me. I'm gonna make sure I turn off the NX that I'm in, and we have two other vehicles to check out. So we're gonna start out in this RX, which is a 2018, but it is a different generation navigation system. So it's just gonna look a little bit different. How was that for a close-up? Woohoo! Just what you wanted to see. Super close-up. All right, so our steps are basically the same. So we're gonna basically, on the vehicle, we're doing menu, setup, Bluetooth, and then we wanna look for a new device or add a new device. And we're gonna do the same thing on the car. So let's take a look at that. So same that we did before. Locate your menu button. And then we'll pull up on the car and we will go into setup. We will go to Bluetooth, so you can tell it's just a little bit different from the previous vehicle. This is that Generation 9 system. And we can remove if we want to remove, especially if you are getting a new phone and your phones have the same name, it's a really good idea to remove. Have you noticed that as well?
Oh yeah, you can only have so many of the exact same name on a car.
The system gets a little like, okay, what are you trying to do to me? Okay, so we're gonna click add.
Especially if they're called Maple Leaf Moose 1, 2, 3, and 4.
There you go. So
Yeah.
tricky.
Yeah. All right, so we're in the settings screen now.
We are. So
on the
now
phone.
we're going back to the phone settings, Bluetooth. We make sure Bluetooth is turned on. And then we are looking for, in this case, hands-free Lexus RX. And it will say, again, permission to pair. Click yes or pair. Click allow. And the permissions on Android-based phones are a little bit different, but it's the same concept. So there we have our Northside Lexus Technology phone. We are good to go. So very simple. Now, if we want to turn texting on, this system doesn't prompt for that. So you do need to remember to click the information menu, go to show notifications, turn it on. If you're not sure about that do not disturb while driving, then you want to make sure you turn that on as well.
Now, this is the one with the little envelope, right, where you can...
Where you
just
can,
like the other one,
you
we
can
can
check
see
that.
yeah,
exactly.
make sure that
so
it's
you
on.
can review. Now, another tip about Gen 9 and earlier vehicles that do have texting capability, you have to turn the car off and back on sometimes.
Okay.
So if you've given permission to do texting and you have someone helping you test it out and you send a test text and it doesn't come through, but you know that it's registering, turn the car off and back on so that you can update the permission from your phone onto the vehicle. So there are all kinds of permissions and settings that do tether over to the car from the phone, just like your Bluetooth volume, your Siri volume, things like that. And so those are all separate from your regular phone volume.
I've had to do that during deliveries, where we're maybe having a little issue, so we go through and we just do the process over again, or even the start and stop. Just let it pick up, especially people that have a million contacts, it takes forever.
Yes.
And so typically people, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, people misdiagnose the waiting. They think that there's something wrong with the pairing with just the fact that you have 7,000 contacts that are trying to now come across the system,
which aren't going to make it.
It's
going to time out. So especially if you have an Android phone as well. Android phones at the moment are designed to try to push all of your texting history. So they're making some changes to the operating system. So things are changing, but historically that has been a challenge for any vehicle that's trying to read all of the text messages.
Yeah, that's a lot of data to come across Bluetooth to try.
And if you have pictures and it's trying to just process, it's not going to tell you what the image is, but it will say one attachment. So it's something that can be read aloud, but you're not going to actually be able to know what it is. So we want to make sure
it won't
that
tell me which
you're
emoji.
maintaining it. Well, you know what's funny? Now Siri on the newer systems will read you the emoji.
Really?
Yeah, so it will say things like winking smiley, crying sad, laughing sad.
Poop emoji.
Poop emoji. I hope it says happy smiley poop emoji.
I don't know what it says. I don't know.
Eric has small children, young children, so there's a lot of poop going on. Are there still diapers?
Oh, yeah,
we have really digressed. We're talking about, okay, well, let's go back to Bluetooth.
But it's still emoji-based, so
it's still emoji-based, yes. So if you are reading your text messages, having the vehicle read your text messages to you on the newer systems, and you have the most, probably last 2 operating system updates on your iPhone, then Siri will read you your emojis. And so sometimes you get a whole string.
Crying face.
Shooting star, crying face, thumbs up, high five, right?
Nice.
Fist bump. So it's pretty funny. And then sometimes you'll hear Siri read to you an emoji and you're like, that's what that meant? I had no idea.
Because she does the actual what it was intended for, and culture has dictated it to be something else.
Or because, like, I'm old. So
now you know what it means.
Right. So I feel so much more educated. So now we're going to go to a 2018 ES without navigation. All right. So it's what they call a display. We call a display audio system. So there's still a computer on board. So it can process a big phone book. It can do texting. You can do Bluetooth. But we want to show people how to do this because it is a little bit different.
Right. Yes, definitely.
Okay. You ready?
Interface.
Are you guys ready? You want to go to another car? Let's go to another car. I'll try to not close up my forehead for you again. All right. How is everybody doing out there? You guys having a good day? I hope you are. It's absolutely gorgeous today. I don't know what we're going to do when we have to do a Facebook Live and it's raining. It's going to get really interesting. I got to go visit the new dealership location this morning, and oh my gosh, it's gigantic. It's going to be beautiful. The new dealership is going to be stunning, Eric.
Oh, we can't wait.
Yeah, I got to go up there and walk around and look at all of the concrete today. I know. Oh my gosh, it's gigantic. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be
double
really
our size here.
I know. It's going to be amazing. So if you
I
haven't,
get my running shoes on.
I know we're going to need Lexus branded running shoes that are
I'm down with
super
that.
comfortable.
If there's any sponsors out there looking,
right?
Send us information and we'll get it done.
I think we need Heelys, the ones with the wheels.
I would down for Heelys.
So we can
They don't make those in adult sizes.
I have really small feet.
Well, you're lucky then.
I'm set.
I want an adult size Heelys.
Okay, so let me show you on the vehicle what I mean about a non-navigation or display audio. So check this out. So here we have a computer screen, right? It looks like it could potentially be navigation, and you do have Scout GPS link capabilities on a lot of non-nav cars. So that's something to keep in mind. So some of the newer systems will have a touchpad. However, if you have this version, this is called display audio, and it's just a dial. So you twist and click down to accept, just like our touch pads. You move your finger, slide it around, click to accept, or our remote touch devices that people consider like a mouse. And you just move it around, toggle where you want, click, and you're all good. So in this case, we're just going to do what we did before. We're going to push menu. And what's different for us now, besides that fun sound, is we're turning the dial. So let me show you how Eric's turning the dial with this really fabulous dance move.
Very great technique.
They've got like jazz hands going.
Look at that.
All right, so he's turning the dial, and then of course it's scrolling us through our menu items. And we want to do what we did before. So we want to go to setup, and we're going to click down. We want to dial down to Bluetooth and click to select. Here's where it gets a little different. Okay, so we have a couple of test phones that are in the system, not what we want. You cannot dial to get to the item that we want to get to. You have to toggle. So this device can toggle left or right. So we literally push it to the left.
Yeah, I like to think of it like a joystick.
It's very much like a joystick. So it's all of this grew really out of video game technology.
That's why I'm so good at it.
Even the systems that give you feedback is called haptic feedback. That's straight out of video games.
See, and that type of thing, when they added the haptic feedbacks, that really, I think, changed our touchpads too.
Yes.
People like them a lot more.
Very much
with
so.
That haptic.
Very much so. And I like that it can all be customized.
Yes.
All right, so Eric has selected to remove, so we can click on it and it'll always give us a confirmation. Are you sure? We'll click yes. And then we can take the next device out. Are you sure? Oh, we have to go remove again. Toggle left, click remove. So if the car isn't doing what you want it to do, just go back a screen. Start over. No big deal. Click yes.
Well, and that's why I really like having that touch, the back arrow.
Button. Oh yeah, the go back arrow is the bomb. Such a great addition to the vehicle. It really makes things user friendly.
So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to add device now.
Perfect. All right, we're back at the registration waiting screen. So on the phone, we want to go to Bluetooth, wait for it to pop up. That's it. Hands-free will become Lexus ES. So they have been customized. Click on pair. Click allow. So even though it's non-nav, remember we have the capability of the phone book and everything transferring over. So there we go. Now this phone and vehicle are talking to each other, reminding us that we can do Scout GPS Link. For right now, we'll click ignore because we're not going to take people through that process of how to do that today. But that would be another fun Tech Tip Tuesday.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
So we can show
that. I think there's a
that.
lot of questions about that. And so if we can explore that and show people why we love it so much.
Absolutely. Now we want to turn our texting on. There we go. Show notifications. And then you would, of course, check your other settings. So make sure show on lock screen for notifications is on.
Oh, right.
So let's show that. So go ahead and click Bluetooth and settings. So this is kind of really a troubleshooting method. So click on notifications. If for any reason your messages are not showing up, this is the first thing to check. Scroll down to messages. And where it says show on lock screen, that needs to be turned on.
Okay.
If that's not turned on, it will not work. And if you have something about previews, sometimes previews are required. It just depends on your phone. Speaking of phones, Eric's phone is ringing.
I turned my watch on Do Not Disturb at least this time.
Okay,
so
well, there you go.
one
You're halfway
down.
there. So much technology, so little time. So I think the main thing to know about these non-nav systems is that it's still a computer and you can still backspace out of things. You have your menu button just like before. All you're doing is choosing a vehicle that does not have an onboard navigation system. Right. And a lot of people don't realize this moves left, right, up, down, as well as turning to make selections. So that's a really important one for people to be aware of. Anything else that you can?
No, I think
no
this,
pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Right on the spot. Well, I think this really opened up people's eyes, hopefully.
I hope
just
so.
like I opened mine in this beautiful day.
Yay.
To understanding how to add phones and delete phones, because I think the main thing that we see is people don't remove their old phone.
Correct. Or sometimes
afterwards.
they get a new phone and they call and they say, my phone isn't working.
Right.
We'll say, did you get a new phone? And they're like, no, it's the same. Meaning it's the same phone number.
Right.
But if you get a new device, you got a new phone.
And we do this process over again.
Yes.
And we're always here to do it and help you through it.
Yeah, definitely.
So whether you stop by here, one of us in the sales department know how to do this. We've all been trained how to do it. But of course our best in show tech department.
Our tech department, let me tell you, we've gotten very popular lately. So if you are coming by the tech department, call ahead.
Yeah, book an appointment.
And please make an appointment, because sometimes you'll think, oh, I'm just going to pair my phone. But then we get a lot of, well, I have you here.
Yeah.
Because then we can answer so many more questions.
Right.
So it's really helpful. But we want to make sure we can dedicate that time.
Yeah.
So definitely, if you want to stop in and see us, call us, get on our calendar. We'll set aside time for you. We
What's
will
that
love
direct
it.
number?
281-569-3300.
That's the one.
Yay! Thank you for checking out Tech Tip Tuesday.
Yeah,
with
thanks
us
for being
at
part of it.
North
And
Texas.
even though I'm late to the show, I hope we're number one.
You
tech
arrive
advisors.
fashionably late.
Yes, well,
Fashionably
usually.
late.
It's these blue shirts.
It is. Oh, boy. All right. If you have questions about Bluetooth, connecting your phone, texting, you name it, if it's buttons, bells, or whistles related, give us a shout out.
Come and see us at Northside Lexus.
All right. And if you have any questions or comments about this video, please feel free to comment here. Or future videos.
Yeah,
if you have a
one
video.
you want to do.
Exactly.
Let
or if
us
you want
know.
Eric to try to do it by himself. He might.
Yes, I will. I'll try it.
Do it.
I got a great tech department. I'll book an appointment.
Yeah.
I'll get advice on it first, and then we'll do this.
Love it. Awesome. Thanks,
Talk to you guys
everybody.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.